Hello friends, 42 subscribers and fellow survivors of narcissistic abuse. Welcome back to Diary of a Narcissist's Ex-Wife. My name is Meredith and these are my true stories. But once again, I am going off the path of the true stories today because my video about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry was so well received, I decided I would go ahead and do the second installment to that one. So if you watched the video, thank you. If you liked it, if you commented, if you subscribed to my channel, because I am up some subscribers and I'm so excited about that. Thank you so much for all those things. I really, really appreciate it. So the subject today is going to be, somebody commented on the last video that they thought Meghan is a covert narcissist. Well, one of the overt traits of covert narcissism is that they have a tendency to play the victim. They are victimized in pretty much every type of dealings that they have in their life. And I would imagine when she first met Harry, if she is a narcissist, I'm not saying she is, I just want everybody else's opinion, but here's my take on it. When she first met Harry, Harry was her Prince Charming. She had been used and abused in every single other relationship in her life. She needed him to save her. He was the one that was going to love her. He was the one that was going to make her whole. And he bought into that because we codependents and empaths have a tendency to buy into that. So he was thinking, oh, this poor woman, she's had it so rough. All of her relationships have just been horrible, but she loves me and I'm going to prove to her that men aren't all bad, that men can be wonderful, and I'm going to give her that love that she's been looking for her whole life. That's what he was thinking, because that's what the narcissists make us feel. They want to make us protect them because they immediately start playing the victim, even though we don't know that's what they're doing. So the first time I noticed her playing the victim was when she allegedly leaked to the press about her relationship with Harry, and all of a sudden, oh, the press won't leave me alone, I don't have any privacy, and Harry had to jump out, and defend her and say, back off from my girlfriend, leave her alone, she doesn't deserve this, she's a private citizen, leave her alone. So Meghan is playing the victim already, because of our relationship, because of you. The press won't leave me alone. This is because of you that this is happening. You need to fix this. That's what narcissists do. They put the stuff off on their partner. So then the next thing was at the engagement interview. Once again, she was complaining about the press coverage, but one thing I noticed at that engagement interview that I did not like one single bit was she pulled out the race card. And she pulled it right out there and basically said, it's a shame that I'm getting negative press, but, it's got to be about racism. It's got to be about people don't like me because I'm biracial, implying that it couldn't possibly be any flaws in her personality, any flaws that people could see in her, any criticisms of anything that she was doing. No, it has to be racism because there can't be anything wrong with her. Classic narcissism. So the next thing that I noticed was Tiara Gate. So you noticed when she got married, she had this beautiful tiara on her head. It had a big diamond right in the middle of it, and it was quite lovely. But my understanding of the situation is that Meghan wanted to be associated with the color green. Evidently, Diana was always associated with blue because of her sapphire ring. Fergie was always associated with red because of her ruby ring and her red hair. And Meghan had decided that she wanted to be associated with the color green. And notice early in that relationship, she did wear a lot of green when she was being photographed. She wore green at the engagement interview, and she had her eyes set on a emerald tiara to wear to that wedding. Well, the Queen did not want her to wear that tiara. And Meghan apparently threw a fit. And that's when Harry said, what Meghan wants, Meghan gets. Well, my feeling is if you're dealing with the Queen, what Meghan wants, Meghan just might have to shut up and deal with what the Queen decides to give her. I mean, come on, she is the freaking Queen. You know, I mean, if I were the queen, I would sit Meghan down and I would say, look here, Missy, this is the last time I'm going to say this. I'm the freaking queen. I'm up here. You're a lowly duchess, and you're only a duchess because I gave you that title, so shut up, deal with it, shut your mouth, be a good royal. That's what I would do. Of course, now, if the queen did that, she would run back to Harry and say, oh, your grandma was mean to me. Your grandma was so mean to me. Oh, but anyway. All right, so then when, apparently there was an incident also when Kate and Meghan were together with Charlotte's, something to do with Charlotte's outfit for the wedding, and Meghan threw a fit, made Kate cry, and, played the victim with Harry. Kate's being mean to me. They won't let me have what I want for my wedding. They're ruining my day, and she's a lousy mother, and that kid's a little brat. That's basically what that conversation was about, allegedly. So, once again, I don't get what I want. I'm the victim. Everyone's against me. Oh, poor, poor me. And then, of course, there was the infamous Africa documentary, is when everybody started noticing her playing victim. Because, they finally get her alone. They're talking to her. And he asked her, is she okay? Oh, thank you so much for asking if I'm okay. Nobody ever asks if I'm okay. And it's so hard being a new wife. And it's so hard being a new mother. And it's so hard being a royal. Well, listen, lady. Yes, it's hard being a new wife. It's hard being a new mother. And it's your fault that you decided to put those things one right on top of each other. And maybe it is hard being a royal. Most of us don't know about that. But then most of us also don't have all the money in the world to do what we want with. We can't jet set off to any place that we want to, whenever we want to. And, just call up famous people and they're just thrilled to meet us, So I'm sorry, Miss Megs. I don't really feel sorry for you. Maybe it's tough being a royal, but I'd like to try it for a day or two. Okay, so the other thing. Here we are talking about the jet setting. All those trips that they took on private jets, like 4 private jet trips in like 11 days back in August, all right? They're, at that Google thing talking about, the environment. We have to protect the environment. You have to watch your carbon footprint, We don't want to leave a mark on the world for our children. But he's flying back and forth to there on his private jet, just like Leonardo DiCaprio did, just like all those rich elitist hypocrites did. So he's lecturing about that. Meanwhile, he's taking a private jet everywhere he wants to go. But no, it's okay for them because I have to protect my family. My wife has been victimized by the press. She can't go anywhere in peace. We want our child to grow up in a normal lifetime. We're all victims. We can't be among the masses. We're better than you. That kind of thing. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from that. It just kind of, makes me furious. And then we've got where she is suing the Mail on Sunday because they published letters that she had written to her father. In the letters that I read, she was totally playing the victim in the letters to her father. So my suggestion is get those letters, read them. She's totally playing the victim in the letters to her father. And then the Daily Mail gets their hands on them. I think the father gave the letters to the newspaper. He didn't even sell them to him. But once she put those letters in the post, they don't belong to her anymore. They become the property of the federal government until they get in the hands of her daddy. And what her daddy decides to do with them after they get into his hands is his business. And he decided he was going to give them to the Mail on Sunday and let them publish them, and they did. And the backlash from that was just as bad too, because everybody could tell in the letter that she was playing victim and being manipulative, but it put her in a bad light. So she is suing the Mail on Sunday for some type of breach of privacy or something like that. It's all your fault. You shouldn't be reporting on this juicy gossip that puts me in a bad light. It's all your fault. Leave me alone. Respect my privacy. Anyway, and here's poor Harry throughout the whole thing. She's turned him into one of her flying monkeys. She's got him defending her. She can do no wrong in his eyes. He takes her side on everything. And that in turn is isolating him from his family and friends, which is one of the next stages of narcissistic abuse. I haven't decided if I'm going to talk about the isolation next time or if I'm going to talk about how no one likes Meghan Markle. It'll be one of those two topics. So thank you so much for joining in with me today. Please like the video. The more thumbs up it gets, the more likely it is to be recommended to other viewers. If you like my content, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell so that you'll know every time I post new content. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.